Who were the children of Cain? And what does the Bible say about them? What did they do? Where did they go? But first, let's start with the backstory. In the ancient texts of the Bible, particularly in the book of Genesis, we are introduced to two pivotal characters who are said to be the first offspring of Adam and Eve. Their names are Cain and Abel. Abel, the second son, was a shepherd, while Cain, the firstborn, was a tiller of the ground. Their professions, mentioned in Genesis 4 verse 2, reflect the two main occupational spheres of the time, agriculture and animal husbandry. Now, in the biblical narrative, Cain's line diverges dramatically from his brother Abel's after a pivotal event. The book of Genesis 4 verse 8 tells us the grim tale of fratricide, where Cain kills his brother Abel out of jealousy, marking the beginning of a line referred to as the children of Cain. In verse 10, the Lord God said, "What have you done? Listen. Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." After this event, Cain is banished by God, who declares him a wanderer on the earth. And going out from the Lord's presence, verse 16 says that Cain lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. In Genesis 4 verse 17, Cain made love to his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. The Bible doesn't mention the identity of who the wife was, but other books do. Check out our channel for some more videos in the pseudepigrapha category to have an idea. And now back to the Bible. In Genesis 4 verse 17, we hear about Cain's son Enoch, after whom he named the city he built. This is not to be confused with the other Enoch, who was the son of Jared from the line of Seth, and who is mentioned separately in Genesis chapter 5. So, as a highlight in verse 17, it is mentioned that Cain was constructing the city of Enoch. This indicates the start of urban development and civil engineering, which would become one of the professions of Cain's descendants, thus leaving their mark on human civilization. And now to the main question of this video. Who were Cain's descendants after the birth of Enoch? And what did they do? Genesis 4 verse 18 says that to Enoch was born Irad. And Irad was the father of Mehujael. And Mehujael was the father of Methuselah. And Methuselah was the father of Lamech. Again, this is not to be confused with Lamech, the son of Methuselah and father to Noah, from the line of Seth, who is mentioned separately in Genesis chapter 5. Please click on the link below if you want to learn more about Seth, who is the third son of Adam and Eve. You will be amazed to discover God's message to mankind, coded within the names of Seth's descendants.